So here with Bobby T, going to go over the Dream set list, starting with his. So walk us through the thought process. Here's the set list for you guys to take a look at.
So I open up the show with Dark.
Yeah, right. Great opener.
Which I thought was a great opener right off the 10 album.
Yeah, like perfect intro.
Also, too, then you go to Break or Fall,
Yep.
which I think is my favorite song off the Binaural album. Do the Evolution follows that up.
Yep.
And then
now, I thought that was like earlier than most. You don't see it that early in most shows, but I like it right after Break
dude,
or Fall.
you are literally like hitting the gas 180 miles an hour.
Yep.
Elderly Woman then follows that up. And
Right.
we're slowing it down a little bit, after that.
Sure.
And then we're going to Bob Dylan's Masters of War.
Perfect. Good cover.
Okay. Next, to get into one of my top 5 songs of all time, Hail Hail.
Yep.
And then we're going back, to the classic Animal from Versus, Education off the Lost Dogs, Wash.
Yep.
Another song that I think people want to hear on the forums, Getaway off the
Yep.
Lightning Bolt album.
One of I'd say probably the top 2 or 3 best songs off that album, hands down.
Absolutely. And then we're going to Leaving Here, okay, from Lost Dogs. Another sort of rare song that I think people would want to hear. Then I'm going to hit some of my things a little early, Even Flow. I'm going to hit that next, and then I'm also going to hit Alive next. All right, so I've crossed off most of my requirements.
So you get them done early, with the exception of Jeremy and Betterman.
Exactly, and then after that, even I'm going to Release.
Yep.
Okay,
Which
so,
is interesting.
Right in the middle. I mean, it's very rare. Usually they'll put Release up to start the show.
Yeah, it's the top opener.
But
of
I
all
wanted
the
to
shows.
start with Garden.
Right.
Yeah, so a little bit different. After that, then I go to Wishlist.
Which you and I have talked about. Not one of my favorites, but I know respect why you like it.
Yeah, no, I just think it's a good Pearl Jam song. It's a little bit slower than most of my songs, but it breaks the mood, especially after you've had 3 classics back to back to back, and then after this, I followed up with another classic, Jeremy.
Yep.
All right, so I've only have one song left,
and so
of the requirements, right? And this is where the set list really, I think, starts to really get interesting.
Yep.
Lightning Bolt is my next one. I think it's probably one of my other favorite songs off that album.
Right.
Then we're going Worldwide Suicide.
Right.
And then we're going back to the binaural album for one of the best songs that I think they've done in the last 20 years, Of the Girl.
Yep. Hands down, you want to talk about why binaural worked? That song. I mean, it sounds like you're in the room. Love that song.
So for my final 4 songs, for each Pearl Jam show, you sometimes want to make things special.
Yep.
So my unique one was we're going to go Nothing Man. It's the next one. Leatherman, then Better Man.
So you do the Man trio.
I'm going to do the Man trilogy, but that's not good enough. We're going to make it a quadrilogy, and we're going to do Street Fighting Man from the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, okay.
Okay?
So it's Raining Men.
Yep, it is Raining Men. All right, the only problem with this is I broke the rules.
Yes, you did.
All
I was
right,
going to mention
so the
that.
last time they had played Street Fighting Man was on March 25th, 1994.
Yeah, and they only did it
in
twice.
Denver,
Yep.
Colorado, and it was awesome.
Yep.
And then after that, your final song is going to be Fucking Up by Neil Young.
Solid closer. I got to say, the 3 thoughts that I have about this entire set list. First, I love the fact that you have the Walking Out song, because I didn't think to do that.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say my Walking Out song is Flash Gordon,
Which is one of the
Which
first
is
songs
gonna
I
be
remember
in a
ever
yeah,
hearing.
yeah.
I mean, I love that
with
idea.
the dun 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 dun
Yep.
dun Flash.
Yep, I think it's great.
and also sort of goes a little bit with the Lightning Bolt. Last album,
Yep.
they've done was Lightning Bolt.
Yeah,
So.
and who knows when we're going to get into another one. But the other thing I noticed, I love the intensity start to finish. You really do have a good, solid, high octane songs, a downer, not by downer, kind of relax a little bit, just give Eddie a little bit of throat therapy, and then he'd come back, boom, 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 boom. I think it was really well thought out. The one thing I would say, and we've talked about this, kind of outside of the 100 Days or whatever. You're a big Lost Dogs fan. Me, not as much. So this one's very Lost Dogs heavy. And again, there's no wrong answers here. So like this works for you, and I think if I would have gotten this show at any of the shows, I'd say this is probably the best show that I've ever seen.
Oh, I love the Lost Dogs. I sincerely believe like just those B-sides that they recorded back in the late 90s and 2000s. Lost Dogs is one of my favorite albums, so you know, I'm guilty as charged.
Yeah. Well, I think this is a great set list, and you know, even we'll give you the mulligan on Street Fighting Man because I think that's good enough, you know, meeting the requirements. So I think it's good.
Appreciate it, man.
Well, that'll wrap this one up. We'll get into mine next one. You want to close this one out?
Yeah. This is 19 Days and Counting.
Cheers.